Hey, what's up, y'all? It's episode 101, People Podcast, and we're going to be talking about forgiving people and forgiving ourselves. Um, Either one of y'all can take the floor, like immediately to elaborate on. I want to ask a specific question, like forgiving yourself, the importance of that, and what it means to you.
I think, well, I'll go ahead and start. I believe that forgiveness really is essential for yourself in any situation, because if you don't truly forgive someone, those situations will haunt you, if you will. So understanding that forgiveness is for yourself first, I believe, is the first step to forgiveness and being able to forgive. Because sometimes we say, like, I forgive somebody, but you still like bang over their head what they did.
If something happens to trigger that feeling, it's going to be right back there.
Right, right. And so that's why, forgiving and doing it for yourself first is very important, because it'll backfire, in the long
run. Mike, what do you think about that?
I mean, she's got a point, because at the end of the day, when you forgive somebody else, if somebody else do something to you and you don't forgive them, now they basically got a hold over you and they ain't losing no sleep at night, but you stressing.
Yep.
They living rent free in your head.
Man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you guys ever heard this saying, like, what angers you has control over you, or has power over you, or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
It's true, because if something is that important to make you upset or angry, or you might have had some things that you had to do, but because of this situation you didn't do it, it essentially is controlling you. It's not allowing you to do what you're supposed to do to get to to handle your own business. So it's essentially controlling you. So that's why, and we gotta.
I was gonna say every negative thought could be replaced with something positive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get more out of life that way too.
And the more you focus on the good, the better the good becomes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, that was a good way of thinking about it. But Mike, I'm gonna ask you this question: what do you think about forgiving? What's your input on forgiving?
On forgiving?
Mm-hmm. Forgiveness.
It's part of the healing process. Because growth can't happen if you're still holding on to old pain from what others did to you, if you're still holding on to guilt from what you've done to others. Like all the way around, whether you've forgiven somebody else or forgiving yourself, is part of the healing and part of the growing process. Holding on to guilt and pain and hurt, man, that'll stagnate you.
Also, it's not healthy. But yeah, I mean, I believe y'all 100% correct. But I have another. I'm gonna test the temperature right now. How hard is it? For yourself? No, versus for yourself and then others.
For me, it's much easier for me to forgive others than it is for me to forgive myself, because I expect bullshit out of society and other people anyway. But I hold myself to a much higher standard than I do everyday people that I interact with, that I encounter. So when I do something I feel like it's bullshit, I hold myself to a much higher standard.
Yeah, I would have to agree with him too. Because for me, it's like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I'm saying go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree with him, because for me it was like once I took expectations off of people, it was much easier for me to forgive, but as long as those expectations were there, it was harder because, they're not fulfilling the expectation of whatever I was looking for. So, you know, um, yeah, that's how it kind of went for me.
I think that goes the same in general. Like, I mean, it will feel like if you're not being reciprocated, if things not being reciprocated during the process, then I mean, you know, you can love somebody from across the world, from a state, you know what I'm saying, from a distance. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it really takes somebody to actually have strong character to actually literally forgive something, someone, somebody, or themselves.
Right. And
To
that's
truly do it though. That's how I feel like it's very few that really let go.
right. Like, that's why I wanted to talk about forgiveness though, because um I feel like a lot of things we're like on autopilot for. When people do things to us, we say, I forgive you, oh, it's okay, or it's cool. But really in the inside, you don't be feeling that way. And so essentially you're just putting it off on a back burner, but then it's gonna come out later. So
Mhm.
I just wanted people to really understand that, don't be such on autopilot. Be natural, be genuine, be realistic about whatever it is that's going on and what you're saying and doing, because you
And
know it's only going to help you and benefit you in the end. you know
let's be honest with it. Majority of people is not able to forgive somebody without coming to some understanding of why what happened.
but that's the other thing though. We can't all that's the thing about expectations. When you let your level of expectations down, which is not bad as long as you have standards, you'll you know you'll notice that a lot of things that used to matter, they don't matter no more, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I don't know.
It's part of growth though. To forgive somebody, that's part of growth though too.
Yeah. And I mean, I
It's
don't know. I just
it's tough though. It's tough. I mean, to
It
think
is
about.
tough. And I know it's tough because if people really understood the fact of, or the concept of forgiveness, right? I think a lot of people will be further ahead. Because first of all, we're always thinking about things we did wrong. Naturally, like, oh, this is what I did wrong, or this is what didn't work out for me, or whatever, however the negative case could be. That's how we naturally initially think, unless we train ourselves not to, which is why, understanding who you are and like what your path is will help you to train your mind not to be such on autopilot, to just say things, just because I'm supposed to say I forgive you, but actually understanding that since I say I forgive you, then I'm releasing all of that negative tension, or all of that negative energy that was coming from that situation. It's released, and I don't have to worry about that. However, if you do the opposite, it's going to all be harbored inside of you, and it's going to come out in some way, you know and that's why it's very important to just, you know forgive yourself, because once you do that, you'll understand these concepts, and these concepts are just growth from that level, and you'll go ahead and forgive yourself for some of the mistakes that you made, some things that you probably think are crazy and nobody else has ever done, like, you're the only weird one. But that's not the case, because everybody has done some stuff and has made some mistakes. But the only difference between us humans is one person learned from them and really forgave themselves. The next person, you know, they didn't.
Yeah, you beat yourself up a lot too when you don't, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
know, and that leads to other problems. You beat yourself up and wallow and stuff. And then and the longer it goes on, though, I'm gonna be honest, the longer it takes to get out, you know, that hole and on the right path.
Yeah, just imagine something marinating in something like, you know, for a barbecue, you marinate your meat, right? Imagine marinating in all that bullshit that's holding you up. Like imagine marinating in all of your holdups. Like it's gonna take a minute. But thing about it is, you know, you don't have to recover from everything. You just have to recover your mind. That's it. You know, it's that easy.
Yeah, and it's all mental though. But like, I mean, we're not guilty of not having that, you know, proper mental health and checkups and stuff like that too.
No, that's what I mean. I think that's what the purpose of the podcast is, you know, is to make people aware of things that they might not be knowledgeable on. You know what I'm saying? So
And then like I like the direction this is going because this is everyday thoughts. Like people think about stuff like that for real.
yeah, absolutely. And some people wonder why they can't get to the next level. You know, some people wonder
They
why
still
they
hold on.
What you say, Mike?
I said it is because they still holding on.
exactly, exactly. You know, you can't go. Erica Badu made that song, you know. I forgot how it even went. Dang.
Hmm.
Um, I can't remember. But however, she did make a song, and pretty much you can't bring your baggage into the next situation. You're gonna be carrying bags around all your life. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
bag lady.
Do that.
Yeah, I
Bag
was
lady.
thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you can't do that. Like nobody nobody can handle all that weight all their life. You gotta let loose. I like to think of us as like a computer. Even a computer in the technology that we have, the high quality technology, it still has to be like emptied out and like given a break, or else it won't function properly. Like we're the same way. You got to get that download off your brain, you know, and forgiving yourself is essentially just that. It's just downloading. Because once you don't
Mhm.
truly forgive somebody, it never went anywhere. It's still there. You didn't handle that. So we just got to take care of ourselves and make sure that we're taking care of our mental health. And forgiving is definitely a part of taking care of your mental health.
Thank you, Jesus. I just said that to myself. You know, thing is though, it takes a lot, man. It takes a hell of a fucking lot. Like to even
But
admit to something.
how bad do you want a different perspective? Because to me, what I know about insanity is trying the same thing over and over, different ways, maybe sometimes, but you get the same result. You know, it's how bad do you want something different? How sick and tired are you of feeling the way you do, or living the way you do, or believing the things that you believe in, however it goes? How sick and tired are you? And then from there, the work, it won't even seem that hard because you'll be encouraged to want that better life or that better feeling or that better job or whatever better situation you're trying to get. You know, it won't be that hard because you'll see the progress, because it really truly starts in your head. And then from your, you know, of course we make thoughts in our head, we formulate those thoughts, and then how you feel about those thoughts. Do you believe it? Do you think it's far-fetched? You know,
Right, right, right.
it really starts within us. We're like the power source of everything that you ever wanted or needed in your life. But you got to do the work on you.
All right, Mike, what you think about that?
She preaching.
Oh, is that it?
Preaching,
Come on, bro.
listen, I'm over here with the yes and the amens.
You know,
Right.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I hear your rebuttal, but at the end of the day, though, like we all humans too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to acknowledge each other, though, too. You know, as a whole. You know, that means a lot more than anything. You know, acknowledgement.
I know we're all humans. We're all humans. And listen, this whole life game that we're in right now, you know what I'm saying? It is truly a experience. It's a lesson. It's a if you think of I like to think of it as a game because you have rules to a game. You have ways to win, you have ways to lose, you know, etc. So it's all how you want to make it. You know what I mean? They gave us certain rules, but it don't stop us from living, you know, the lifestyles or the way that we want to truly live. You know what I'm saying? We just got a baseline. And so with that baseline, they forgot to tell us like mental health and the secrets of the universe or how energy works and things like that. So, you know, this is why it's important for us to have these conversations because people might think that they're crazy, but really they're not.
Yeah, we talk about that too. Like, man, that runs rampant, don't it?
Oh, especially in the especially in the black community.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we said that too. Like, man,
Mhm.
but recognize the problem is to fix it, right?
Yeah,
That's the first
that's the
step.
first step.
Yeah, so take that whole life approach. You can't go wrong, I feel.
Right. But if we start with ourselves, though, it just makes so many things so much easier for us to go through this life experience, you know?
Hell yeah.
So I know a lot of people don't have like um people to talk to or people to give them, you know, not a lot of people. I don't know. I don't even know. But maybe some people have some people that are supposed to be in place, like a mom, maybe they passed away, or a father that passed away, or a sister, or something like that. And they
Mhm.
used to go for them for guidance. And these are the things that, you know, I imagine would be discussed in conversations with people like that. So I like to always talk about stuff that helps me to help other people because I myself, I had to learn about forgiveness. And truly, it really works. You know, if I forgive myself, if I truly forgive someone who has harmed me or hurt me, it works. So you can call me like, you know, the big sister of the community or something. I don't know. But I just want people to know that, man, you're not by yourself.
Yeah, it took me realizing that I was still angry at a dead man for me to realize that I need to work on forgiveness.
And see that just trips me out because even a dead man, what are you gonna do? There's no conversation that you can have, you know, like it's no clarity still that you can get. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
made. That's why I said that's what made me realize I needed to work on my forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this nigga he dead and living rent free in my head.
Yep. Understanding the fact that what angers me controls me, that right there, it took me to another level of like forgiving and like understanding why people even like try to press your buttons and shit. Because I'd be damned if somebody try to cause a ruckus in my life and then control me after that too, like make me mad or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bogus to me. So no, nobody's gonna control me or how I feel or you know what I'm saying? Like no, it's not
That's
gonna
it.
work.
Yeah.
Tell me. this can go on. Like I'm glad I revisited this too, because it's more complex. Complexity of the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all two, y'all met. Most they know how to articulate, certain things, and really cool though. You know what I'm saying? Because people actually understand that, feel that.
Yeah.
I knew Mike
Yep.
when you was ready, you was gonna come on. You know what I'm saying? When you was ready, you always got an invite. You know that.
Oh yeah, you already listen. My phone was messed up for a minute. I just got a new one.
Okay, cool. I'm actually you got a new number too?
Yeah, I'm about to send it. I'm about to text it to you on Messenger.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, this been a cool episode. Like, man, forgiveness takes a lot to actually not takes a lot, but I meant to say a person.
It does take.
It does.
When you
Like
first
I say
learning to
that.
forgive, it
I
does
first say
take a
that,
lot.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is like
Right.
it takes a lot of stress off of you too. Though.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the goal, to make yourself lighter from everything in the world.
Absolutely.
So it really helps.
And then I gotta ask y'all, how do y'all use these forgiveness on a daily? Because we all know certain things we might not like, but daily, what are we doing like to not go down that path?
I just realized in the long scheme of things, something that annoys me, it ain't gonna make no difference a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. Somebody say something slick to me at the gas station that annoys me. There's no point in me getting all upset about it, because 9 times out of 10, by the time I get back to work, I'll be done forgot about it.
Yep. That's pretty much how I think about it too. Like, I was raised up on what you eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I've experienced like having to defend myself so early on that it was just ridiculous. So I kind of mastered, this.
Watch the
I don't
last
know.
episode. You will understand. The last episode, check it out. You definitely
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Yep. So life has taught me a lot, and life has taught me early. So people don't get that kind of space in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that kind of space in my day, because you said the next week or the next month or however long later. But for me, I'm not thinking about you the next second. Like, it happened. Okay, whatever. Words, it's just words. As long as you're not hurting me, like physically hurting me, and I teach that to my kids too, you don't mean nothing. Your words are just words.
It's like T.I. said, motherfucker put his hands on me, all right. Otherwise, stand there, talk shit all night.
Exactly. And it's straight like that.
Great episode.
Yeah, I don't know. It took a while for me though to get to that point, because I grew up with a family that was extremely violent, and one of those my dad was one of those dads where if I lost the fight, I wasn't coming back in the house. I went back and won the fight. So it was definitely in a lot of circumstances, I feel like it is a hard journey learning to forgive and let stuff go.
And I'm glad you said that, because you're not the only person. You're not the only person who was raised like that, or told to react in that situation like that. But I want to tell people that you have the choice to make your own standards, fit what you feel is right and what works for you. Because I'm telling you, that mentality in today is only going to get people shot up and killed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people go to the extreme. I don't even think or believe people know how to fight.
Not no more they don't. Not no
Like,
more they don't.
So
You got to think about
again,
these kids is 11, 12 years old carrying around guns. You know they don't know how to fight.
and that is why I tell my kids, words are words. I don't want nothing to happen to where, you weren't prepared for the kind of fight that you in, because these kids, they're not fighting like they used to fight back in the day. They're not.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. While I do feel like my dad took it to the extreme in a lot of circumstances, the whole idea of you not gonna run from nobody, I feel like we need to find a more healthy way to get back to that. Because I feel like the fact that it became so toxic and all of that, now people scared to lose and now everybody want to shoot. But at the end of the day, man, like, listen, we'd get in a fight at lunch, and by the time the bell rang at the end of the day, we was back cool.
I just feel like we need to get back to loving each other anyway. Like, a joke is a joke. It's supposed to be funny and you're supposed to move on from it. Like, if it ain't a joke and it ain't, inspiring somebody or encouraging somebody, then we need to let it go for a little while, because we are hurting. Our community is hurting. Our children are hurting. People are hurting around the world. They're trying to figure it out. Life, number one. And then number two, you got to go do these things and you're struggling and people messing with you and picking on you, talking about what you got because you can only afford that, or your parents can only afford that. Like, that shit is just bogus and it's crazy and it's not needed. Like, it's so many other things that I'm pretty sure that push people to the limits of where they just feel like offing somebody. But find something bigger to care about, to make you feel like you gotta be here, or make a goal that you really want to accomplish, so that when these situations come about, like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I know I got things to do.
See,
And I
for
don't
me,
care if you got the capability, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you got the capability to blow 10 million motherfuckers' heads off. But you gotta have that power in your head to know which situation is appropriate to do such.
yeah.
You know what
See,
I'm
my
saying?
motivation is that, like, for me, my main motivation is that I got my nieces and nephews watching me. Like my niece, my sister's daughter, loved me to death. If one day she couldn't talk to Uncle Michael because he dead or locked up, that'd break her heart.
Yep. So we need people to really feel that, though. Like, we need, because the truth of the story is these kids ain't getting these guns from just nowhere.
They getting it from the grown folk.
9 times out of 10, they getting it from an adult. So it's gonna take.
Man, I'm gonna call this one like a classic in the books, and I'm glad we revisited it because we came across very, 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 very more. We got older and educated on certain stuff, though. I like to say. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, in response to what she's saying about where they getting the guns from, I would love to speak on it. Dooley, you know how radical my views on what needs to be done to those people that are giving the kids this harmful stuff is, and I can't say it because I don't want to get your podcast in trouble.
And then that's what I was gonna say too. It's a disclaimer of some episodes and stuff, like I can't afford to have nothing taken down, and he gets to it though. You know what I'm saying?
But we can though. We can say that the government did it because they made a law. A law is public. Okay. They made laws to make it more accessible for children to get guns. For everybody, anybody. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They made it more accessible for us to get guns.
Listen, do you know how easy it is to get a gun in the state of Texas? Like, in the state of Texas, like, that's just one state. That in Texas, I'm sure, is not the only state like that. But it's almost as simple as walking into the gun store and handing them some money and walking out.
Y'all know what made me trip about guns, bro? And like, I don't know. I started tripping about guns when I watched this episode on Netflix. It was like Ghost Guns or something like that. And they pretty much showed you how you wash a gun. Like you wash money, you can wash a gun too, you know? But by them being able to do that, it was so much more accessible in like the black markets and like on the streets and stuff like that. Like that is how our kids get guns.
Mhm.
I blame the government. And then
I
I
don't
do
even
blame
blame
the
the gun.
adults. I do
I don't
blame the
even,
adults too. But I only blame the adults so much because I'm sure those adults who are selling the guns to the kids, they got a mentality that that was embedded into them to where they think that it's okay.
see,
I'll give them that pass.
I don't even blame the gun laws. I blame the lack of focus on gun education and gun safety that we have here in America.
No, I
and we
don't.
got
I don't blame on that.
we gotta
I don't
agree
blame on that
on
either. These kids is going to schools and shooting clear off, like not just one time, not two times.
we have to say allegedly. We have
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, there is very little focus on gun safety and gun training in America. Because you know what? I've got my step niece is 9 years old, right? She know where it's at. She know how to clean it, break it down. She know what to do if somebody break into her house. But she also knows that the only time she is ever supposed to go to where it is at is if she is at home and it is a life or death situation.
So what if a kid? I ain't, I'm just. This is just me. All right. So a kid go to school and Ray tell the kid, you know, you don't give me your lunch money, I'm gonna blow your head off. This hypothetically speaking, but it do get crazier than that though. So now the kid feel like they in a life or death situation because this hasn't happened not once, not twice, not three times, but probably the last 3 weeks this kid has gone to school. You know what I'm saying? So that kid feels like he's hurt. He gotta defend himself in some type of way. And this is why emotions is so important to have under control because everybody is emotional and you can become an emotional wreck.
Yeah, I believe that is definitely true. Definitely,
Like this,
But
we gotta take away these passes. We're giving too many freaking passes. That's what it is. It's too many passes, too many free cards, get out of jail free, you know. No.
I say we
Guns
get back
don't
on
need to
some Black
be
Panther shit.
right. I mean, we need to. We need to. It's essential for the future of our kids, man. And your nieces and nephews and stuff like that, because it's gonna be crazy.
understood. This been awesome. Like it kind of sorry for the late start.
That's all good. Cool.
It's all good.
Like, I appreciate y'all still coming through though, because very rarely am I not on time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It surprised me when you texted me and said you was finna be late.
yeah, I know. I'm always, but at
I
the
was
same
like,
time,
dude,
though,
you were like the most punctual Black person I have ever met in my entire life.
you better stop it.
And it
Put
worked
that
out. It worked out because I had a phone call come in and I was on the phone like probably from the time it was supposed to start up until we started. And
I
um
took that.
on that phone call though, I want to encourage people that that are on their path to success. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but they get knocked down. That knockdown, I want to encourage you, is a sign that you're going in the right direction, man. Like keep going. Don't give up. I don't care what nobody has to say. And the thing is, it's going to be coming from people you least expected it to come from. Keep going.
Listen, I like to piggybacking off what she said. I like to use any episodes y'all seen me in before. I like to use music to get my point across. But Meek Mill and Mary J. Blige got a song together called Who You're Around. And the song comes in saying somebody who you're around wants to clip your wings and shoot you down. It's okay to keep enemies close as long as you know. Just make sure you know who you're around.
Yep.
And I feel like that's another thing that we've got to learn too, because if we know the people that we're around and we choose the people that we're around more carefully, we won't find ourselves in as many situations where we got to forgive somebody else or got to forgive ourselves.
Absolutely.
That's the goal. That's the goal to get to that point though. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to keep having to be cautious about who you're around. And you don't want to keep having to forgive people either. You want people to be genuine about what they are and who they are and respect the person that you are and the qualities that in the standards that you have. So you don't have to keep going to that drawing board to where you gotta forgive. The goal is to have peace and to live free and to do what it is that your heart desires without any interruption. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. I heard that song before too, and I love it.
Listen, that's my song. I play that song. That's one of my, I got like 5 or 6 songs that I play every day without fail. That's one of them.
Right. Yes, music is healing and therapeutic. So I encourage you to listen to some music, man. You know,
Some Merlot.
Merlot.
She drinking on something red and she drinking on something red and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't heavy.
It wasn't heavy.
Not at all.
Yeah, I can't do them heavy. I can't do them heavy wines.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this one a night. It's been a long day for everybody. I'm pretty sure, absolutely sure. You know.
Listen, man, I was heat sick most of the day. I ain't start getting up and around until I'd ask you if you was doing the podcast tonight.
Man, drink water. I will say that we talking about we always talk about mental health too, Mike, and you push that line too. So I mean, kudos, and it's all about being aware. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see, if you can see, you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you can learn, you can grow. Don't be one of them motherfuckers who's done learning. Like you know it all.
Oh no, listen. I only want to be around people that make me feel like I gotta learn what they know.
Yeah.
Did we do a good job tonight?
Oh, listen, we did a hell of a job, sir. If I had a hat on, I'd take it off to you.
My hat's still on.
You move like you walked straight in from work and sat at the computer.
I literally did, just to make it happen. I literally did.
Listen,
like
man,
that.
that's
I'm
one of the
still in
reasons.
uniform right now.
That's one of the reasons why we rock with the People's Podcast so heavy, Dooley.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit, y'all the reason I rock with it. That's a little insider, but man, the reason I rock with it because it's people like us. Everybody different. Nobody gonna always agree. Some people gonna disagree, and like who knows, an argument or any damn thing. But it's people's
a
opinions.
couple episodes where you had to intervene, like we ain't doing that on here.
Yeah. You've been on those. Yeah.
I was usually on the receiving end of the we're not doing that today.
Man, no, yeah. Should have been on the 100. I swear.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, though, man, it's all about a healthy life. Like, because just like they say, hurt people, healed people heal people.
Yes.
It works both ways. What you have inside of you is what you're gonna produce. It's what's gonna come out. That's what Jesus meant when he said it's not what goes into the body that defiles a man, but what comes out. Because what's in your heart is what you're gonna spew forth. So if you angry and bitter, you're gonna be teaching the youngins around you to do angry, bitter shit. But if you healed and at peace and understand your purpose in life or searching for that understanding of your purpose in life, that's the same thing you're gonna try to teach others.
Yep.
And it's always good to stay busy so you can find your niche. Never think anything is impossible. Try it.
Right. Because idle time will screw you up, man. Idle
Listen,
time
man. An
is,
idle mind is the devil's workshop.
yes, yes. That is when he attacks you the most. And you don't want that. You know, you just, all your work will go in vain, man. And
That's
that's
why
not the purpose.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I love like what I do. Like I'm in renovation and maintenance, and not only is everything I do physically demanding, I have to pay constant attention to what I'm doing because I'm working in somebody's house. I'm building
Right,
somebody's floor. So if I'm not paying constant attention, I could fuck something up.
right. That's good too, because like for me, I used to do interior painting and exterior painting and like refurbishing houses for real. And the feeling that I used to get after the fact, once I did like my best job and I really put my heart into it, like it was the best feeling ever to know that somebody's family was gonna live in that house
Yeah,
and like
like
be
when you
like,
step back and like I did that.
right, right. But then we also have that time to where we half ass do our jobs, right? And
We've all
I
had
used
those days.
to feel like shit doing a job and I knew I didn't do my best. And I'm like, I'm leaving this for, because my time had expired or whatever, but I'm leaving this for a family to live in. Like I felt like shit. So that's why it's like, you know, you just gotta find your way and do the best at what you can do all the time so that you don't have those moments of feeling like shit. 'Cause that's the goal, is to be peaceful, right?
Absolutely,
And be free.
absolutely. I'm gonna have to let this one go because I gotta get out of these sticky work clothes.
Yeah, you got to get that chicken grease off you.
Yeah, and all that shit. Um, yeah, this has been a great episode. I rushed on to make it. I apologize to y'all. I'm gonna upload this. If y'all subscribe, y'all gonna get it. But at the
Yeah,
same time,
I got a new YouTube channel, so I gotta resubscribe to you.
All right, go ahead. You know where to go. It's right behind.
Yep. Hey, also, shit, man. Next time you get some free time, man, you gotta slide through the city, man. Come check the crib out. You know, this your boy first ever crib that was ever all his own.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too. Hey, I go past there anyway, so I might stop through.
Yeah, I'm right on Schoolcraft and Telegraph.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I go past. You know, I go like through there. Like
Yeah.
that'll be a short stop, kind
Yep.
of.
All right, Dooley. All right, Mike. It's been
All right.
real. I gotta head out too.
Hopefully, I'll see y'all this round a little earlier next week.
All righty, all righty.
All right.
All right,
Thanks.
good night, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. And what?
Mental health.
Mental
Mental
health.
health.
You didn't say it.
I did say
Oh, I
mental
said
health.
soul.
Oh. All
Right.
right, bet.
Let me go grab my
Yeah.
Afro pick. Be right back. All right, y'all. Good one, though.
All right,
Good one.
man.
All right.
Bye-bye.